The co founder of the social media giant Reddit, Alexis Ohanian, has been quoted correctly. It takes discipline not to let social media steal your time. Did you know that the average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media? If you do the math, that's over 5 years of your life by the time you're 70. 5 years. Now, what would you do with these 5 extra years? Would you travel the world, write a book, learn a new instrument? Or would you just spend it scrolling endlessly, not even remembering what you watched yesterday? Now, be honest with me. Have you ever found yourself scrolling not because you were enjoying it, but rather because you simply couldn't stop? If yes, then maybe it's time that we look deeper into what's really going on. We live in a time where technology is constantly at our fingertips. Literally, our phones have become much like an extra limb, and being online is no longer a choice. It's woven into our lifestyle. But there's a cost, a hidden cost. How does this constant connection affect our brains, our emotions, and our daily choices? Here's what concerns me as a science student and as somebody who's fascinated by the human brain. The hours that we spend online might not just be wasting time, they could be quietly reshaping our mental health, our focus, and even our sense of self. Last year, I had a major project deadline. It was my chance to shine, and I'd been working hard on it for weeks. However, on the night before submission, I decided to give myself a quick 5 minute break on Instagram. Or so I thought. The next thing I knew, 45 minutes had just disappeared. I wasn't just scrolling, I was spiraling, comparing myself to people I didn't even know who looked more successful, happier, and put together than I was. I felt drained, not relaxed. By the time I returned to my task, my focus and energy were gone. I ended up submitting late, but the feeling of frustration lingered. How had I let an app designed to entertain me take away my focus and confidence? And that's when I realized social media doesn't just distract us, it can change the way we see ourselves. And once I understood that, I started asking myself harder questions. Is this really adding value to my time? Or am I just letting it control me? Let's talk facts. A recent survey shows that 71% of Gen Zs and 61% of millennials report that social media negatively affects their well being. Now, that's not just a number, it's a warning sign. The American Psychological Association links higher levels of screen time with higher levels of anxiety, depression, and even chronic sleep illnesses. What's worse? Studies by the Harvard University show that social media use activates our brain's reward system in ways that mimic addictive substances. Every like, every notification releases dopamine, the feel good chemical. And just like that, we are hooked, scrolling for the next set of validation. Now, have you all felt while scrolling that you're the only person who's never been to Bali, owns a multi-million-dollar business, or has not adopted a perfectly photogenic dog? Unrealistic expectations are a big reason why social media leaves many of us feeling unfulfilled, even though we are doing just fine in real life. The most vulnerable to this? Teenagers. Their developing brains make them especially more susceptible, putting their attention spans, self-worth, and emotional health at risk. So, what should we do? Ban social media? Throw our phones away? No, that's neither practical nor necessary. What we really need is awareness, balance, and control. Just like you wouldn't eat fast food for every meal, don't feed your brain digital fast food all day. Start small, set app timers, have no phone zones at home. Use screen free time to do something offline. Read, walk, write, or talk. Be curious about how you feel before and after using a screen. Ask yourself, is this really helping me grow or just passing time? This summer, I had made it my goal to reduce my screen time. Instead of endless scrolling, I invested in learning new skills, things that enrich my personality and challenge my brain. It's not easy, but trust me, it is so worth it. Let me say this with all the energy I have. Social media does not have to control you. It's time you take back your attention, your time, and your mind. You hold the power to decide what deserves your focus. Choose wisely because your life is worth much more than just endless scrolling. I challenge each one of you to take just one step today. Talk to a friend about this topic. Uninstall one distracting app. Teach a younger one on how to use tech wisely or simply reflect on your own habits. Be mindful because anything done in excess, even the good things, can be harmful. Our mind is the most powerful tool we have. Let's not surrender it to the next viral video. Thank you.